The recent political landscape in the UK has plunged into chaos, with Labour's decision to cancel local elections sparking an unprecedented crisis. This isn't just a minor political misstep, it is a blatant, audacious power grab that threatens the very fabric of British democracy. The decision to suspend local elections is not just a controversial move, it is a direct assault on the democratic rights of the people. By denying voters the chance to elect local representatives, Labour has stripped away one of the most fundamental pillars of democratic participation. In doing so, they have revealed their true intentions, not to serve the people, but to preserve their own crumbling grip on power at all costs. The very act of cancelling local elections speaks volumes about Labour's inability to engage with the people they claim to represent. It is clear that the party, rather than seeking to address its failures or improve its policies, has opted for a cowardly, authoritarian maneuver. When elections are cancelled out of fear of losing power, when voters are treated as expendable pawns in a political chess game, the system is broken. The people of the UK are not blind. They can see through this shallow justification. The claim of administrative reasons for the cancellation is not only weak but deeply insulting to those who believe in the sanctity of the democratic process. It's no secret that Labour has been hemorrhaging support for months, plagued by internal division and public dissatisfaction. From rising crime to an out-of-control cost of living crisis, from skyrocketing taxes to the mishandling of immigration, the Labour government has repeatedly failed to address the concerns of the average Briton. With national elections on the horizon, it is no surprise that they are terrified of losing even more ground to the growing momentum of Reform UK and Nigel Farage. The rise of Fair Eyes Party is not just a blip, it is a clear signal of the public's frustration with Labour's ineptitude. People are fed up with the status quo and are looking for a change, and Labour knows it. The decision to cancel elections is not an act of political calculation, it is a desperate, naked attempt to cling to power, no matter the cost. In a democratic society, elections are sacred. They are the means by which people hold their leaders accountable. Local elections, though often overshadowed by national races, are critical. They determine the leadership of local councils, mayors, and regional governments. The decisions made at the local level impact everything from public transport to housing and education. By cancelling these elections, Labour is effectively removing the ability of the people to have a say in their own communities. In any other circumstance, such a decision would be seen as a move towards authoritarianism, as it deprives the public of their most basic right to choose their leaders. The idea that this is all happening under the watch of a government that claims to represent the people is nothing short of disgraceful. This is a government that, rather than listening to the voices of the people, has opted to silence them. In any functioning democracy, when a government becomes so out of touch with the public that it resorts to these extreme measures, it is no longer a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. It is a government that seeks to protect its own power at all costs, regardless of the will of the people. It is no surprise that this move has sparked widespread outrage across the UK. From the streets of London to the farthest corners of the country, protests are erupting, demanding that Labour reinstate the elections and restore the people's right to vote. Yet, instead of listening to the public, Labour remains steadfast, doubling down on its increasingly authoritarian stance. This is not a party interested in democracy, it is a party that seeks to control, to manipulate, and to subvert the very system that gave it power in the first place. But what's even more troubling is the involvement of the monarchy. King Charles, a figurehead who has historically remained above the fray, has reportedly expressed deep concern over Labour's actions. While the monarchy's role in politics has traditionally been symbolic, the King's intervention speaks volumes about the severity of this crisis. A monarch intervening to protect democracy is not something to be taken lightly. The fact that King Charles is reportedly furious over Labour's decision is a sign that even the traditional guardians of British stability see the threat posed by this government. This is not a battle over politics, it is a battle over the soul of the nation. The fact that Labour feels empowered enough to cancel elections, to trample on the democratic rights of the people, is a sobering reminder of how far this government has strayed from its original purpose. Labour is not acting like a government anymore, it is acting like a dictatorship. And this is not something that should be taken lightly. The people of the UK must rise up, demand accountability, and make it clear that they will not tolerate such flagrant disregard for democracy. The stakes are higher than ever, and the future of Britain is on the line. In the face of this crisis, the public must not be passive. This is not a time for complacency or apathy. If we are to preserve the democracy that so many have fought for, if we are to ensure that future generations inherit a system that works for them, then we must hold those in power accountable. We must demand that elections go forward, that the people's voice be heard, and that democracy remains intact. Anything less is unacceptable.